What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
Sometimes I go to bed at night with a free mind. And I wake up angry as because I wake up and then I remember that Dennis Johnson was not selected to be a part of the NBA Top 75 list. How the is DJ not a Top 75 player? What the is this? Now, I didn't know this when they first put the list out, but I found out not too long ago, and it blew my mind. Blew my mind. I was looking like the KKK member from the Dave Chappelle white black supremacist skit after he found out Clayton Bigsby was black.
Show us your face. We want to see your face.
Who said that? You want to see my face?
Clayton, go on, brother.
Do you want to see my face? Don't be crazy.
We talked about that.
Don't be afraid.
I said, what? Ain't no way in hell. I got right on his channel and I put up a post about it. It pissed me the off, and I'm still pissed the off, and I will continue to be pissed the off until the NBA goes back and correct this. I am putting no respect on this list of 75 players, especially the players that have no business being on there. Especially being on there before Dennis Johnson. Bear with me here, folks. I will get back to this point. The NBA and whoever is responsible for selecting these players, weeding out the selections and approvals, should be ashamed of themselves. And I did look at the list of peoples that had a part in it. A complete lack of knowledge for this history and pioneers of the league. And there are some players on that list that are pioneers that are deserving. But how you left DJ out is mind-boggling to me. There is a supreme recency bias for players who are either not as great and or collectively not as accomplished. This guy has a resume that many players could only wish they had. I'm not saying it's top 10 or top 15 worthy, but of all the players who have came and gone in this league, not many can stack up to DJ. It's shameful. It's a disgrace. This list should be officially reconstructed immediately after you hit the like button on this video. That's my first time really ever doing one of those YouTuber catchy, nifty little gotcha things. I don't know. Anyway, it's sad. It's very sad that I have to sit here and talk about this and make a video and feel the need to explain why DJ, God rest his soul, is deserving to be on this list. More than deserving. This guy is disrespected and underrated. And people talk about great players and great point guards. Historically, they don't bring this guy's name up. And folks, I'm not even that guy that watched him play his entire career, or even a smidge of his career for that matter. I was born in 1987. I started watching hoops in the mid-90s. So everything I spewed, am spewing, and is about to spew is just stuff I've learned and researched over the years. The same anyone else can do if they care to find out. Dennis Johnson typically played point guard or shooting guard. Dennis Johnson is a damn 3-time NBA champion, one of which he won with the Seattle Supersonics in the late 70s. And he was the finals MVP. So let's put some respect on that. The other two championships are part of that legendary Boston Celtics team in the 80s, in which he was an integral part of that team's success and being part of some iconic moments at that.
Thomas wants to get it in quickly. Does to Lambeer. Stolen by Bird on the cut to DJ. Yes!
Dennis Johnson is a 5-time NBA All-Star. Dennis Johnson made 6 NBA All-Defensive First-Team selections and 3 second teams. That's 9 All-Defensive selections in total to go with his 2 regular All-NBA selections. Did you know that Dennis Johnson has a record for most block shots in the NBA Finals by a guard? With 7? That's Finals history. He was one of the premier guards in the entire NBA for a stretch of his career. typically found himself making deep playoff runs through his career, even when he didn't win the championships. A hell of a ball player and a difference maker. After good runs in both Seattle and Phoenix, he made his way to Boston, where they really changed his role and he showed a willingness to transform as a player. You see, when he first came into the league, he was known for being a bit more of a scorer and a high flyer. Yeah, he could dunk the basketball. But that shows you how skilled and versatile DJ was. When he got to Boston, he was an excellent facilitator. And they tapped into his high basketball IQ. And when him and Bird was on the court at the same time, it was flawless basketball.
He still was able to put the ball in over the bigger Boston front line. That's a set play off the backboard.
What a beauty. Johnson bounces it to Bird.
That was a set play. Bird was fronted and he bounced the ball.
They were always tapped into each other. Hive mindset, along with the rest of the team, really. They knew what to do. They knew what each other was going to do. They knew exactly the right play at the right time, at all times, it seemed like. Basketball was beautiful and efficient and smart. The man could really play make, set tempo, provide timely buckets and timely decision making. Played equally as hard and as smart on the other end of the floor. Magic Johnson called him the best backcourt defender of all time. And Larry Bird said it's the best teammate he ever had, folks. That's coming from Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Come on, folks. Now, I said I'd come back to this point. Now, let's take a look at this top 75 list, and I'll point out a couple players that I believe should not be there before Dennis Johnson. For some of y'all probably already know some of the names I'm going to say. Or who I'm going to bring up first. Damian Lillard. Yep, Dame time. A media doll and favorite. Absolved from scrutiny. Damian Lillard does not stack up to DJ. Damian Lillard has no business being on this top 75 list, especially ahead of DJ. People are so infatuated and lost in the smokescreen of long-range three-point shots and game winners that they go about making egregious proclamations and selections. It's sickening. Outside of range, three-point shooting, clutch shooting, maybe ball handling, and that's debatable. What is Damian Lillard better at than DJ? Damian Lillard is a liability on defense on top of that. Something DJ never was. It's sad, man. It really is sad. DJ wins in the eye test and accolades. And that's what all the context put in. Dame has had his fair share of playoff duds, not showing up in the playoffs, especially when his team needed him to. But nobody talks about that. And DJ had a few, but not nearly as much as Damian Lillard. I think DJ had one no-show I could think of where he missed like all his shots in a finals game. I think it was a game 7. They lost in game 7. I don't remember who they lost to. For his career, DJ was a consistent performer in the playoffs for the most part. People keep telling me Dame is a winner, but tell me other point guards are losers because they have not impacted winning at the highest level and won championships. And Damian Lillard has? If Russ is a loser, then Dame is a loser too. I don't think Dame belongs on this list, period. Whether DJ's on it or not. Somebody else that shouldn't be here before DJ. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. AD. A guy that seems to be hurt and injured just as much as he is available. How did he get on this list? Off the strength of his one bubble championship? Explain it to me. I mean, for context, his body was breaking down on cue in 2020. Then that NBA stoppage happened, which allowed him to get healthy for months and roll right into the playoffs. Out the Goku regeneration chamber. Are you kidding me? AD is a guy who, when his career was over, would have left so much on the table. AD is a guy who, when his career is going to be all over and done with, he would have left so much on the table as it stands now because of his lack of aggression, mental and physical fortitude. A beta who tries to act like an alpha. Nothing more annoying than that. You can sit here and talk to me about PER and all this other crap, and I'm just going to say, oh, that's cool. But if you actually watch the games, you will see stats alone are not a good indicator of how a player is performing out on the court and their impact. Stats don't tell the whole story, just part of it. Dude is fragile. He's like fine china. Lacks leadership. Does not play to his strengths. Does not utilize his size consistently. Has really had no significant team success until shacking up with LeBron James and playing through the quarantine. More deserving than DJ? Get the here. Russell Westbrook. And for those of you that have been around, y'all know I am a Westbrook fan through and through. And while I do believe Russ belongs on this list, I wouldn't put him on the list over DJ. I understand Westbrook's historical context with the multiple seasons averaging a triple-double. He's elite of the elite. Bro, I ain't gonna go that far, but he was elite. One finals appearance, a few deep playoff runs, shown he could carry a bunch of rusty tools to the playoffs for an early exit. Wasn't a great defender during his prime, but has been thriving defensively with the Clippers. But over DJ? Absolutely not. I know Russ has heart. I know Russ leaves it all out on the floor. All that. But DJ has just as much heart, but just doesn't really, everyone doesn't wear it. Everyone doesn't wear their emotions on their sleeves like Russ does. All right, we know about Russ's turnovers. We know about all the assists with Russ. He's a ball monopolizer. But DJ was probably a better point guard, better decision maker, better ball handler. Generally had a higher basketball IQ than Russ. A better leader, knew how to impact the game in many ways, controls tempo better, reads the floor better. DJ was more than a pick and roll guard, drive and dish point guard. It was more to him than that. No disrespect to Russ. I love him. He's great at what he does. Those are just 3 players that I talked about. But for the sake of this video, I'm going on too long. I'm not going to dissect any more players and tell you guys why they don't belong on this list. But there are a few names that I wouldn't put ahead of DJ. Reggie Miller, Paul Pierce, Carmelo Anthony, Steve Nash. A couple more. Over DJ? No. I get it. Carmelo Anthony was a prolific scorer during his time, but come on now. Look at DJ's resume. Same with Pierce. Sorry, Reggie. Love you. You're great. Same with Nash. Love you. You're great. Whatever, man. This is giving me a headache, bro. It's crazy I got to sit up here and make a video about this, man. They got this wrong. They got this so wrong. So wrong. God rest his soul, man. God rest his soul. I appreciate you guys for stepping in. Let me know what you think about it. Do you agree or do you disagree? Check out our 1986 Boston Celtics playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.